Welcome to Chelsea transfer news. I hope you enjoy. Declan Rice was in the Chelsea ranks when he was young, but was released from the academy at the age of 14. He's been lifelong friends with Mason Mount and would be quite interested in a move. He plays for London rivals West Ham, who have been struggling this season, finishing 14th despite spending a big last summer. They'd be very grateful of some funds, and Chelsea were interested in buying him for roughly £40 million. However, they are now demanding £65 million, which is more than Chelsea would want to spend on a player they could have had for 3 years ago. He would be played as a centre-back, despite him usually being played in a defensive midfield position or a number 6 position. However, he would still do a job and hopefully help with Chelsea's defensive issues. Chelsea is still looking for a replacement for Kepa, as he has had a shocking season, and Frank looks as though he has finally had enough. Barcelona and Germany goalkeeper Marc Ter Stegen is one of the very best in the world in this position, and would almost definitely help Chelsea's defensive issues. According to Spanish radio station Cadena Ser, Chelsea have placed a bid for the goalkeeper, along with interest from Bayern Munich, who seem to be wanting to replace Manuel Neuer. However, this transfer is quite unlikely and will probably fall through, due to the fact that the links could just be an effort to pressure Barcelona to increase his salary. Rumours of Atletico Madrid number 1, Jan Oblak, don't seem to be going away either, but soon enough these stories will deteriorate, due to the fact that Chelsea will definitely not spend over $100 million on him, whilst trying to secure Kai Havertz for $70 million, Ben Chilwell for £50 million and Declan Rice for £65 million. Nathan Ake has been back and forth from Chelsea and Bournemouth for years, but a few years ago he signed for the Cherries for £90 million, with a clause in his contract only Chelsea could activate, buying back for £31 million. This season, Bournemouth have been relegated down to the Championship, and Ake would definitely want to move back to the Premier League. Chelsea are having defensive woes, and Ake could fix it, whilst being a very safe option being £31 million. Nevertheless, he may not work in Lampard's system, as he's never played in a high line. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola doesn't agree, as it has come out that Bournemouth have accepted their £41 million bid, and the transfer is likely to be completed in the next few days. After Willy Caballero kept a clean sheet against Wolves last Sunday, it looks like he could be starting in the FA Cup final versus Arsenal. After that, Chelsea's last game of the season is against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, but they would need to overturn the 3-0 deficit to progress to the next stage. I'd be very surprised if Kepa was playing that game as well, meaning that he probably already has played his last game for them boots, so already being linked with loads of goalkeepers, from Andre Onana from Ajax to Marc Ter Stegen for Barcelona. The ex-Atletico Bilbao goalkeeper, who signed for a groundbreaking £71.6 million at the time, been a major flop. Looks like he'll be leaving permanently or on a loan deal sooner rather than later. Lastly, this season has been a very unique one for many reasons. For example, VAR being introduced and COVID-19 interrupting it for months. However, especially for the Blues, there were always positives. The Sun have rated each player out of 10 to play more than 10 games this season for CSC. The most notable award was Mateo Kovacic, who has been given a 9, along with Mason Mount with an 8.5. Michy Batshuayi had the lowest rating with a 3, but makes sense as he doesn't seem to be in Frank's plans for next season, being in 4th in the pecking order at striker. Kepa, Rudiger and Emerson all got 4s, but I think Rudiger had a solid season with a few mistakes that led to goals. Kurt Zouma, Willian and Reece James have all been given 8s, which I couldn't agree more with, as Zouma has gone under the radar, mainly because of the fact that he isn't one of the young prospects anymore. Last and not least was the manager, Frank Lampard. He was given a 7, which I think is harsh. He has managed to get to the round of 16 in the Champions League, final of the FA Cup, and finish 4th place in the Prem, all in his second ever season in managing, and not being able to sign any new players along with Eden Hazard leaving, who was involved in 49% of Chelsea's goals last season. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos of Blues news and be sure to comment.